And hello there everybody, and welcome to Warframe, and specifically, welcome to Oceanum, which is a spy mission. So, spy missions. Spy missions in Warframe are a stealth-oriented... Let's get here, let Loki see her a bit.
To infiltrate data vaults and retrieve highly sensitive enemy information.
Oof.
These Corpus remind me of the Orkin. Selfish, greedy.
Stab and... worked me there. Lost my train of thought already. Spy missions are a stealth-oriented mission where the goal is to break into a facility and steal information from guarded terminals. For doing this, you get rewarded with basically just drops that you would get from other missions in the game. For example, can't hit a damn thing today. For example, you get things like mods, you get things like information caches, blueprints, all this kind of thing. So spy missions are pretty good if you're wanting to quickly gather up mods for Endo, quickly train up frames, because typically doing lots of stealth-oriented stuff is a good way to build up affinity quickly, and also to really just learn parkour within Warframe. So what you have are these spy vaults. Now, this one here is actually one of the more straightforward ones, but it can also be a little bit glitchy. So the objective is to reach that terminal. Now, as you can see, there is a laser grid on the floor. That's how you get rid of that. It's the easiest one to disable. But you can also see there is camera on the roof, camera there, and then some locked doors. So it looks like that one's open, but for reasons that will come apparent as we go through the room, you don't want to use these doors. What you want to do is you want to go in through one of these vents and head up, so you can get into the rafters. Now, basically, it's a collection of these hexagonal rooms. And I don't know if you can see, but just there, you can see there's a couple of grids. There are security cameras in all of these rooms. So you want to try and take the least obvious route you can. So, take out that camera, and across we go. And we're going to go through this vent on this one. Now, the order of the vents and the doors and the rooms will change from every time you do this, but in this circumstance, we're going to go through here, which takes us here and takes us into the top of this room. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take up the camera, and take up the camera, and zip across. And there's actually more up there than I thought there was, but yeah, we're fine. So that's just cleared then. Now, we want to keep away from this position here, because that door can open. And there's a camera that faces into this room, so let's get the hack done here. Oh god, it's one of these ones. There we go. And there we go, so data extracted, and you can see in the bottom left we've got an unidentified item. So that's our little reward for hacking the room. Now we're going to head out the same way we came in, just because we know that's a nice smooth route of getting out. It's nice, straightforward and easy, and we're done. So that is one of the more straightforward spy rooms for Corpus. Now, there's as far as I'm aware, there's 4 different spy rooms that you can get in the game. Corpus spy rooms, which are these ones, which are sort of more timing-based in a lot of circumstances. That room there is kind of the exception in a lot of respects. You have Grineer rooms, which are typically about avoiding sentries, such as these fellows. It's about avoiding sentries and... avoiding sentries and typically finding alternate paths, as it were. Grineer rooms are very sneaky, get around it without having to actually go through it kind of ones. I'll do a video on those once, like maybe after this I've done this as well, because there are a few good missions there. The ones in Sedna, for example, are quite challenging at times. Okay, so that's about to run out. So I'm doing this with Loki, partly because I'm not the best at doing running commentary. Ooh, there we go. While playing, as it were. And Loki does make things a lot more straightforward in so much as being probably the best stealth frame for doing spy missions, as it were. Ash and Devara are your other choices, and they're both perfectly fine. But Avara's got a problem, for example, this room, because she's slowed down, and Ash's stealth just doesn't last quite as much, and his teleports aren't quite as versatile. So, this is what I mean by a Corpus spy room being timing-based. So as you can see, we've got these laser walls, which are moving back and forth, and the objective is to reach that terminal in there. Now, as I'm playing Loki, the way I would do this, if I was doing it quickly, would be I would put a decoy here, using switch teleport. Using decoy placement, which I then can switch places with because I'm Loki, and basically teleport my way through the room. What I'm going to do, and hopefully not embarrass myself too much, let's cloak up for now, is I'm going to do this on foot, showing you the way that you can get through this room without having to actually have a Loki. So what we do is we're going to sprint across here, once the timing's fine. We've messed up timing slightly, that's okay. And you want to maneuver your way around like this until you reach this nook. So, once you're in this nook, what you're wanting to do is get your timing right. So you want to wait for this spy wall, the one that's going back over here, to be moving like that, away from you here. And you want to get into this nook. Now, in lower levels of this map, you don't have this camera. In higher levels, you do. So you want to nook your way around here. Wait for that to go out of the way. And you pop in here, and just like the last room, hit a button, disable the lasers, and now this is safe. Now, the temptation is to go through here. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to come through here, and you can see there's a camera there looking at the door. So if you open that door, you'd be spotted near enough immediately. And that camera doesn't swing around too much, so it's constantly looking there. The way to get past this is you come through this vent, which is, as far as I'm aware, always broken. Come up to the top. Now, you want to stop here. Again, this is Oceanum, which I'm fairly sure is the highest version of this outside of sorties. So what you do is you want to come out and keep behind this, and if you look, there's an arc camera. It only exists in the Oceanum version. On the other maps, you're fine. But it can catch you if you're not paying attention. So, smash through here. And now we're in the spy room. You want to drop down to your left, which puts you down behind the camera. Take it out for good measure. And then you do your hack, which, my hands are numb. It's rather cold in Scotland today, so let's get this. There we go.
Excellent work.
Perfect. So that's just done 2 of 3 rooms. Now, failing a hack in a spy mission is not the end of the world. It means that you get slightly less loot at the end of the mission, but it won't fail the mission, unless it's an alert or it's a... Get rid of you. An alert or a sortie. Typically in alerts, you need to complete 2 of the spy missions in order to get it done. And typically in sorties, you need to succeed at all 3. Though, amusingly, it does mean that spy sorties are actually not too hard to solo. Oh god, this is going to go badly. Bad time to decloak, bad time to decloak. Let's get rid of you, let's get rid of you. Where'd the droid go? Okay, we're fine. Pay attention to your stealth timer before walking in. And we'll go back. Take out you, take out you. And take out you. Oh. Thought it was white for a second. I was thinking, what, was there cash in this? No. Oh. Pay attention to your stealth timer. And, you know, just psych. So it looks like what we want to do is we want to get over here. Now, these guys are your worst nightmare, nullifiers. Thankfully, after recent changes, you can now take them out without their bubbles going up. It used to be their bubbles would be always up. They'd decloak you immediately. They were hellish to deal with. They also, I think, detected you if you crossed the bubble, which kind of sucked. Quite a few spy missions just went doolally because you came around a corner, ran into one of those, and then you couldn't kill all the guys before they set off the alarm. Right, so, room C.
The target console is
Okay, right, okay. This is the room where it's easiest to mess up. So, this is where the timing and the parkour come into basically their extreme. So, first off, point to the camera. So, it's 2 corridors. One up here, one down there, into the spy room. You'll notice there's a hole in the ground with lasers, there's a floor with lasers, and there's walls with lasers. All of which are, well, most of which are moving. So what you want to do is you want to get past this one. Now, this is always the most straightforward dump. What you want to do, to make sure you don't make any mess, is aim for that corner. Because you can aim into it and it will stop you. So you won't overflow and then accidentally hit this laser grid. You wait for this grid to go, and then you do a bullet jump straight across with a little second skip, just to make sure you get there. And as before, you can hit the laser grid, which disables it for anyone else. Now, generally speaking, this just makes it easier for allies to come in, but if you're running as a group, and you've got one guy who's really, really good at doing the spy missions, typically it's worth just having one person in these rooms at any one time. Because if something goes wrong, it makes it harder for everyone else. Now, okay, right, we've got the easy version of this room this time. Now, normally, you get the hard version, where that vent is how you get in. Today we've got the easy version where it's this vent, but what I'll do is, once I've done this, I'll come back and I'll sort of show you the jump you need to do. But what you do is take out this one, run down here, and you just go straight across. Again, bullet jumping. Bullet jumping is your friend. Bullet jumping is life. Run round, down the hole, take out there, and you're in the spy room. This is the easy version of the room. I might try and see if I can find another map where I've got the harder version, and I'll maybe show that. And of course you got laser grid here. Now, there's the other ways you do this one, and this is the one that most people will have trouble with, just because it is the most parkour and timey based. What you need to do in this is, as those grids are going up and down, you need to wait for this one here to go down, bullet jump to here, then wall run across and through. It takes a bit of practice to get used to the rhythm of it, but once you've done that, it's fine. If you want the easy way of doing it, what you do is you play Loki, you press 1, and you press 3. There you go. This is why Loki is probably considered the king of spy rooms, just because he trivializes so much of it. But as I said, I just wanted to show you sort of doing it the normal way. I personally tend to run Loki just because I like how fast he is more than anything else. And I think his general skill set is just good fun. He feels the most ninja, more so than Ash. Ash, just a little bit too... survived a dread hit while stealthed. Die, sir. Ash is a little bit too aggressive, too offensive. He doesn't really rely on hiding or stealth or anything. He's more about pretty much just murdering everything. Which, I suppose if you enjoy certain types of ninja stories, that kind of works. But let's just get out of here. And we're at the exit. So, yeah, so this has been just a quick run through Oceanum. Admittedly, some of the easier spy rooms that you can get. I might run it a few other times, see if I can get some of the more complicated ones. But I just wanted to record this, see how it would come out, more than anything else. See if I could do it without embarrassing myself, and see what came out. So, let's just get here. Great, now I'm embarrassing myself. Huh. There's my prompt. I don't know why that wasn't working there. Oh well, I embarrassed myself. I was going to sit here and just go, doink. I'll have that practice for next time. But, yeah, until then, toodles. Let's see what we got.
Another job well executed.
Frigid Blast, good shotgun mod, Pressure Point Revenge, a Neo N3, and 25,000 credits. Sweet. So yeah, until next time, folks, toodles. And have fun. Through a wall. Lovely.